guys, it's Ali. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have the Huda Beauty Glow Obsessions mini highlighter palette. So if you guys want to see which one I picked up and how it swatches and looks on my skin, then go ahead and keep on watching. Before we get into this video, I wasn't going to say anything, but I just feel like I have to. It's not sitting right with me, but literally everything that could have gone wrong when I was doing my makeup for this video went wrong. So if I start looking at myself in the viewfinder, it's because I don't really like the makeup look today, and I really wasn't going to film, but then I thought I shouldn't delay this video any longer because I did ask you guys about this video a while back. So I thought better to just get the video out there for you guys. It doesn't look that bad, but girl, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling the look today, but we're here and we're looking at the highlighter palette, so I figured, you know, we're still going to be able to see the product regardless of how my face looks. So yeah, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe it before you go. But let's go ahead and get straight into this highlighter palette. So there were 3 of these palettes launched. There was a light palette, a medium, and a rich. I went ahead and picked up the rich. However, now I feel like maybe I could have picked the medium just because it looked like it had a bit more shade variation in it. You guys will see what I mean once we go ahead and look inside the palette. But we are going to look at the packaging first, and there was a lot of noise about this packaging. I'm going to be truthful, and the reason why is because it actually has Huda's face on it. And this is what it looks like. And truthfully, when I saw this packaging, I wasn't very keen on it, and I don't know what it is, but in pictures this looks a lot tackier. In person I think it's actually really cute, and the palettes go for £27 each, so they're basically the same price and size as the Obsessions eyeshadow palettes, if you guys are familiar with those. I did recently do a review on one of those that I will link in the description box down below, but I will just bring it out for you guys to show you guys the size comparison. So this is the Caramel Brown Obsessions eyeshadow palette, and here is the Rich Glow Obsessions highlight. So as you guys can see, they're pretty much exactly the same size. I initially had a problem with that because I was like, why am I paying £27 for a mini palette? But then I realized it's a highlighter palette and I'm unlikely to use it all up in a short period of time. This is probably going to last me a while. I have had one of the Huda highlighter palettes before, so like the 3D highlighter ones, but I haven't actually used it, so I'm not sure what the formula of Huda's highlighter palettes are. So that's why I'm excited to see what we've got here. So we are going to go ahead and take a look on the inside so I can show you guys the shades. So that is what the shades look like, and upon looking at it first, I can kind of see that if you look at them diagonally, you've got like the light shade up here and then sort of a darker version of that shade down here, and a similar kind of thing is happening here with these 2 shades. But yeah, those are the shades that we've got. I'll read the back of the product for you guys so you know kind of what to expect. So it's supposed to have ultra fine pearls that give you a dewy shimmer, and it's supposed to be lightweight. So yeah, let's go ahead and get some swatches in. And we're just gonna go like that because there are no shade names, and I don't know why that is. A lot of Huda's palettes don't have shade names. So I'm just gonna swatch the shades one by one. So this is the first shade. It's like a goldy shade. And that is what that shade looks like. Ooh. I actually don't mind that. That's a bit of me, that. I'm trying to think how it would look on my skin. I think it would look cute. So we're going into the next shade now. This one looked a little rosy in the pan, but I'm not sure if it's going to pull with any pink in it. That's what it looks like there. And we're just going to swatch that one right under. So yeah, there is a slight rose goldiness to it, but when you look at them next to each other, they don't look that different. It's like the first shade just with a splash of pink, like a little dash of pink in there, or a little dash of orange. Yeah, I think I'm seeing a bit more orange than pink looking at that shade, but yeah, they're not looking very different right now, and I don't really think that this third shade is going to look that much different either. In fact, it's looking a little similar to the first shade. I feel like I'm lifting up my finger to show you guys and they all literally look exactly the same. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not seeing too much of a difference here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This one is like a peachy kind of color. Yeah, so we've got a peachy shade at the bottom here, a pinky kind of orange, and then a more gold color. But looking at them all swatched, there's not too much of a difference. I think this last shade is going to be the one that's going to have that difference just because it has slightly more depth to it. So this one is a more bronzy toned color. And formula wise, they do feel very smooth and very light. It's just that shade variation isn't really doing it for me. There's not much going on in terms of variety, but I do really like that last shade. That last bronzy shade is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know, you guys, for £27, I don't think the variation is there. There's a lot more that could have been done here with the shades. That we could have had a better mix, just because I feel like this is kind of playing it safe. We could have had pinks, a bit more goldy tones, true golds, champagnes. You know, there's a lot that could have been done here. But formula wise, it's not looking bad. And the shades themselves aren't bad. It's just you'd hope for more variety from a palette that's going to cost you £27. But you know what? If it looks good, then it looks good. But I don't feel like any of these shades are anything that I don't already have. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these are kind of, you know, the Revolution Glow highlighters that just came out. Some of these shades are very similar to that, and the Glow highlighters are a fraction of the price. Just saying. There's supposed to be a blush shade in here, but honestly, since they're so similar, I don't actually know which one it is. If I was going to guess, I would say this one, just because it has that pinkiness to it. But I'm telling you, I actually have no idea. So I'm just gonna go with the shades that I like and see what happens. I couldn't find my highlighter brushes, so I'm using an eyeshadow brush that was a little bit more fluffier than the other ones, but I think I'm gonna go in with this shade here. I think it's the shade that I like the most. So I'm gonna pick up some of that on the brush, and I'm hopefully not gonna mess up this look any more than I already have. So I'm just gonna try and sweep that gently. Okay. So it's definitely pigmented because I did not put that much on this brush. I literally caught some of the fallout like that, and then I tapped off the excess. Oh, I don't want to build it up any further on this side, but let's go very gently and maybe bring some up towards the temple area. Okay, so this is actually a very cute little shade, and it adds a really nice glow. And I'm a fan of how effortless that was to apply. So this is the side without, and this is the side with. And I think for the sake of the video, I am going to go in with another shade on the other side, just so you guys can see there's much of a difference between the shades once they've been applied to the skin. So I'm just building this one up just so you guys can have a better idea of what it looks like. I wouldn't normally have like such a bright highlight like this, but I'm just showing you guys the shade. But I do think it is fairly gorgeous. I've diffused it a little bit because it was looking a bit sharp, but that's what that shade looks like. And I am going to go ahead and go in with the lightest shade on this side. So I guess we're doing the deepest shade and the lightest to see if there is much of a difference. Okay, so for this side, I am taking my fan brush. I haven't used a fan brush in forever, but I don't have much of a choice because I've apparently just lost all my other brushes. So we're going to go ahead and see how this lightish shade looks. Okay, so this is how that lighter shade looks on my skin. And this is the other side. I'm not seeing too much of a difference. Obviously this one is a lot more subtle, but I don't know, the variation just isn't there for me. I obviously can't see what you guys can see because I can't look into the camera from this angle, but looking here, I'm not really seeing too much difference. I'm going to try and use all 4 of the shades. So I'm going to use this one here for the tip of my nose. And it's only going to be on my nose, so it's not going to show too much what the shade looks like, but I guess you'll get an idea of how it will look on your nose. So that's a cute little glow that I've got going on there. I'm put a little bit on the bridge of my nose as well. Okay, so we're on to our 4th and final shade now, which is this pinky shade here, which I think is the blush shade. So I'm going to try and put this one on the apples of my cheeks just a little and see what happens. And I'm going in with another eyeshadow brush, but it is what it is. So I'm going to see if this adds anything new. And the answer is not really. Yeah, I don't really see any of the peachiness coming through, or if it is, it's very, very subtle. So yeah, I'm doing this and it doesn't really look or feel like I've got different shades on my face. It kind of just feels like I've used one. I feel like this is one of those palettes where you can kind of take a brush and just swirl it around like that and just use one singular application, just because I don't know, the variety just isn't there for me, and I don't know, this product hasn't wowed me. The formula and the texture and the glow I really, really like. It's just the shades for me aren't doing it, but yeah, it does have a gorgeous finish and it is light like it says. So yeah, I don't really have much of an opinion on this because I feel like there's not enough for me to have an opinion on. So I guess my final thoughts, I wish there was more variety. The formula is good, the texture is good, it looks really pretty on. Yeah, it's just the shade range let this palette down. But yeah, what do you guys think? How does it look on camera to you guys? Because obviously I might not be seeing everything that you guys can see. So yeah, update the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget to subscribe if you aren't subscribed already. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel once again. And I'll see you in my next one.